So, hello random people watching this. If you can't read, my name's Caitlin. So, today I'm going to be telling you all my paranormal experience stories. So, I have a few of these because I've just had a lot of experiences with it, but yeah. So, before I start, it would really help if you could give this video a like and subscribe and turn on my post notifications because I'm really trying to grow my YouTube channel, and yeah, all of that would really help. And yeah, let's just get started, I guess. So I was about 10 when this happened, I think. So this was when I lived in my old house. This was like the house that was mostly haunted that I lived in. Like this house was haunted the whole time we lived there. So I think all of the stories are based in this house. My mom used to always buy things from like the internet, like, and meet up with people and like buy stuff and sell things and all. So one day she bought these like china like teacups and stuff. So she brought them home and unboxed them all, and there was this one cup that didn't like match the set, and it said mother on the side, and she was just kind of like, I don't know, she felt like they just put it in by accident or they just wanted to get rid of it or something. So we just like kept it. She didn't say anything, and so they just were like in our cupboard and stuff. And that night, in the middle of the night, my sister, she was like small at the time, she used to sleep in a cot, like a basket, I guess. I don't know what you call it in other countries, but she slept in a cot, and her cot was like, it started shaking, and it sounded like someone was like running around her room, and she like kept crying and stuff, and we didn't know like what was happening, and it happened for a few nights. And then finally the woman who sold my mom the china like teacups, she contacted my mom and told her that there was this one cup that she needed back because it belonged to her mother that had passed away. And so then it all started to make sense that like her mother was angry that we had this cup, that like it wasn't at her house. So she was like disturbing my little sister and making noise and stuff to like try and give us a message, because that's like what spirits do and stuff. They try to like communicate with you in as many ways as possible. So that's like how she was communicating. It was this woman's mother, and she just wanted to return her cup home. And the day we gave the cup back, it all stopped, like the cot shaking, my sister wasn't waking up, and just like nothing happened. So it was all fine after that. So yeah. The second story is from when I went to Loftus Hall. And Loftus Hall, if you don't know, is supposed to be the most haunted place in Ireland. And I went there for a tour with my family, and I was about 10 or 11, and we were just going through the house, and it was like really cold and stuff, and I didn't have like a good feeling. I didn't really feel well in there, but I just kind of thought that I was just really like anxious because I was scared of it. But we went into this room. It was the chapel, I think. It was like a room with like all these Jesus's things, and all the crosses that like had Jesus on them, the heads had all been torn off. All the paintings, the faces had been scratched out. There were heads all over the place. The crosses were just all headless Jesuses, and anything that showed anything like religious had been ruined in this room. So we were just sitting down, and the tour guide was telling us about all of this, and I looked over to the corner because I saw something moving. I like, when I tell people this story, they like never believe me, and it's just so annoying because I really did experience this, and I just like, it scared me so much. and I still remember the images, but I should probably tell you what I actually saw. I saw a girl, and she was walking really slowly, and she had this like long white dress on. She had long like brown hair, but I couldn't see her face. It was just kind of like her body and the bottom of her hair, and she was walking, and she looked like she was in like her mid-20s, like by her body, I guess. And I saw it, and I saw it for like 2 seconds, and I quickly just turned away, and I buried my face in my mom's shoulder. I just started bawling my eyes out because I was only like 10 or 11, and I was really scared of it. I like didn't want to see ghosts, so I was really scared. But my mom also saw it, because I think that it's just like a thing in my family that we can like see these things and communicate with spirits and stuff, because I've had like a lot of these experiences, so I feel like that's why I saw that. And I was just really scared for the rest of the tour. I was just kind of like, I didn't want to look anywhere, and I was crying and stuff. But now I find it really cool that I saw that, because it's like, I know that these spirits are real, and like people may not believe the story or believe in like ghosts or whatever, but like I know that I saw it, so it's just kind of cool to me that I saw that. And I don't know, I'm kind of grateful that I saw it, even though I was terrified at the time, but you know. So the third paranormal story that I have is actually about my uncle. So when I was around 4 years old, I think, my uncle Darren, we all call him Chucky though, he passed away, and I think I was close with him when I was younger. I don't really know though, because I don't really remember. But so it was a while after he passed away, and I was outside in the garden, and I didn't really understand that this happened, because I was like a baby, so I didn't know. But apparently I was just playing outside, and I ran into my mom, and I told her, Chucky's in the garden, and he was talking to me, and he called me beautiful, and he was apparently like complimenting my hair, because that's when I had just got my first wig ever. So I told her that I was talking to him, and she was like, what, like, who's out there? And I was telling her like, it's my uncle Darren, and she was just really like, I don't know, she thought it was really cool, because like obviously I didn't understand what was going on, so I obviously didn't make it up that I was talking to him. And that same day, the postman came, and I ran up to my mom and I said, Mom, the postman's here, but it's okay, because like Darren's outside with him. And like I don't remember any of this happening, but like my mom obviously told me that this happened, so I just find that like kind of amazing that I like got to like see him, and that I genuinely didn't know what was happening, and that I said those things. It was just kind of like, I don't know, it's just kind of strange, I guess. So this next story is just kind of a short one. So one time back in my old house again, like the one that was like really messed up and haunted, I was really like short. I've always been short. I'm 5'1", but when I was around 8 or 9, I think, I was obviously a lot shorter than I am now. But basically, I've always been short. So we kept our cups and like glasses and stuff in a cupboard that was like up high, so I couldn't really reach it. So one day I was on my tippy toes, and I was just like trying to reach a cup, and the cup was at the back of the cupboard, so I couldn't reach it. And that's why this story is really like freaky, because the cup literally out of nowhere flew from the back of the cupboard straight into my hand, like smacked into my hand. I literally let go of it and legged it to the other side of the kitchen, because I was terrified. Like it slid from, the cupboard was probably this wide, my hand was here, the cup was here, and it was like, and I was so scared. I was literally like crying, like I was hysterical. It was really scary. And I don't know why I got so freaked out by these things. Like obviously I was young. I feel like if these things happened to me now, I probably wouldn't be as scared. I kind of like find it cool that I can like communicate with people. But yeah. Okay, so the next kind of like story is that every year on my birthday since I've been young, we always like take pictures of me, obviously. And every year in the picture there's orbs, like in the picture beside me. I'll put some examples here if I can find any, but there's always orbs behind me, like golden orbs. And also, like, so I have an older sister, an uncle, and like my great grannies and granddads and stuff. Also my granddad. Just like, I have a lot of relatives that have passed away, so I feel like it could be like one of those people that is always behind me on my birthday, because I just always like have those things behind me. And one year on my dad's birthday, I was walking into the kitchen and my mom looked at me and she looked so serious, and I was like, what? And she's like, who's that? And I was like, who's who? And apparently she saw like a girl walk into the kitchen behind me who was around my age. And I got so scared. I was like, no, you're messing. And I thought she was messing with me, but like she wasn't. And I got so scared, and I think it was my sister, but I don't know, because it was like my dad's birthday, so I feel like it could have been her. But yeah, I was really freaked out by that one. So another kind of like story with the pictures is that there is this one picture. I'll try find it, but I don't know like where I would find this picture, but I just remember it. If I do find it, I'll put it here, but I don't know if I will. But there's this picture of my little brother when he was a baby, and in the picture you can see a face, like you can literally see the nose, and my mom thinks that it was her nanny because she says that it looks like her. And I don't know, I find that really cool. So the next little story is that my little sister Cara, when she was a baby, back in my haunted house, there was this bedroom that she used to sleep in, and my mom went to a medium and she brought my sister, and the medium, like this was before Cara could speak, like Cara was a baby, and the medium told my mom that my sister did not like the room she was sleeping in because my Uncle Darren was waking her up at night, making her laugh, tickling her, so she wanted to move rooms. And then she moved room and like it all stopped, and I just find that really cute that he was like tickling her and stuff and keeping her awake. So yeah, I don't know, I just found that really like adorable. So I think that's all the stories that I'm going to put into this video. If you want a part 2, I have a lot more stories where that came from, so obviously let me know in the comments and I'll do a part 2 if you find these stories interesting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to me and turn on my post notifications, because I'm trying to grow my channel. If you want to follow my Instagram, it's Caitlin_show, and if you want to follow my Snapchat, it's Caitlin944. They'll be in the description as well. So yeah, bye!